What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the Rewired Soul, where we talk about the problem but focus on the solution. And this playlist is called Losing Weight Mindfully, where I teach you how I am using mindfulness to shed some pounds. So, like you saw in the title and in the thumbnail, I am going to let you know what my weight is. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know, but you got to stick around and watch the whole video to find out, because first I'm going to talk to you about what I've been doing and how I've been using mindfulness. You might have saw my last video where I talked about how for the month of September I was going vegetarian. I discussed how my best friend and my girlfriend are both vegetarians, and I've talked to them about it, and I decided, you know what, I will just try it for a month. I'll try it for a month and see how that goes. So today is the 11th day. Yes, it's the 11th day of me doing this, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, okay? So I'm an addict in recovery, and whenever I try to stop doing anything that I love, it is very, very challenging. Like, I'm talking like I have tried to quit smoking. I have tried to cut certain things out of my diet, certain foods and all this other stuff. And I thought that not eating meat was going to be the most difficult thing that I've had to do, because I love meat, and I mentioned this in my last video. And to be honest with you, like, the first few days was a little bit difficult. It was difficult in the sense that it was a pain in the butt. Like, you gotta really be more mindful of where you're going, where you're eating, and all that kind of stuff to kind of avoid the meat. And I found some, easy options and stuff. I'm very busy, so that's one of the reasons that I gained so much weight, is because I'm the kind of guy where I'll just run through a drive-through. So I've had to do other things. Now, I will say I haven't meal prepped or anything. I need to start doing that. But anyways, as far as like the not eating meat, like aside from the whole just like kind of going out of my way to do it, it hasn't been hard. It just hasn't been. And like, I told you all, like, I would be doing follow-up videos about like how this vegetarian thing's doing. And like, I thought I was going to be like checking in with you and saying like, oh my God, I need meat just so bad or I'm gonna die. But that just has not happened. I haven't craved it or anything. And typically cravings happen from stimulus, or stimuli rather. Whenever I drive past a place, usually I would check in and see like, does this make me crave meat? And I drive past a lot of the places I would get burgers from, or there's a Mexican place by my house where I would get like these like beef chimichangas, and they were good, but like it hasn't really sounded appetizing to me. And like, I don't know, I'm really, as far as that goes, I'm just really, really surprised. Now, the next thing, like when talking about mindfulness, cravings do come up. So my first challenge that I had to get through doing this vegetarian thing was my mind immediately went to the worst possible foods that I could eat. Now, part of mindfulness is acknowledging thoughts. So I recognized that my thoughts were doing this. So what I'm saying is like, as soon as I decided not to eat meat, my brain immediately said, well, Chris, you can eat all the pasta you want. Chris, you can eat all the potatoes you want. Chris, like, you can eat all the things that just don't have meat. But mindfulness helps me look at the larger picture, so I don't lie to myself and fall delusion to this idea that cutting out meat but eating unhealthy is going to accomplish my overall goal of losing weight. So a big win that I actually had yesterday was my son loves sweet tomatoes. Like, this kid loves sweet tomatoes. And real side, like, parent brag real quick, kid is amazing at eating vegetables. Like, over the last year since I've been teaching him mindful eating, by the way, I need to do a video on mindful eating, but ever since he's been doing mindful eating, it's expanded his flavor profile, if you will. And you should have seen this kid's salad plate. Like, I do not know many 8-year-olds who would pile that many veggies onto this plate. But I was worried about going to sweet tomatoes depending on where you're watching this, I don't know if you have sweet tomatoes. I know some places it's called soup plantation, but it's basically a healthy buffet. And I think the way I was able to be mindful by going there, because this was a challenge, I was talking to my son about it. Like, my son isn't, you know, huge, but he does have some pudge on him, and he's lost a lot of weight. I need to show you some comparison videos. In fact, I might do that right now. But he's been dealing with his weight, and we talked when we went to Sweet Tomatoes, and I had a conversation with him that we need to both keep each other mindful and realize just because there is an endless amount of food, because it's a buffet style, does not mean that we have to eat all of that food. So part of being mindful and losing weight is realizing when you're full, okay? And that is very difficult for anybody who's trying to lose weight, because it's actually difficult for just about anybody. Mindful eating, which I really need to teach all you guys because it's just so good, and it works for addiction, it works for just any kind of cravings you have. But mindfulness really lets me sit back and notice the sensations. Like, there's certain things that just ignite, you know, cravings, like more. And I'm able to acknowledge those and work through that food craving. So like, a huge win for me yesterday was going to Sweet Tomatoes and actually like monitoring my portion size. Like, you know, it's a all-you-can-eat salad bar that you start with, and I only filled up half the plate with salad because obviously if I pack on a bunch of dressing, it is going to make it less healthy. So one of the things that I learned from that book, Savor, that I mentioned in my other video, is that I have to recognize my portion size, and one of the tricks is to use smaller plates. Well, they only had one size plate, so I used half of it. But when I went up to the buffet, see, something I used to do, and all this stuff adds up, whenever I would go to Sweet Tomatoes, like, rather than using the small plate they had for like the pasta, I would get one of their soup bowls and fill that up because you get more, and all that stuff adds up. So this time I didn't do it, and I really sat back and just recognized, like, okay, I'm full now. I'm completely satisfied. So I just had like a salad, some soup, and what else did I have? Oh, like a very tiny bit of mac and cheese. So I was very, very proud of myself, because usually I will go there and eat until I just feel ashamed of myself for hours and hours on end, because I can turn an unhealthy, or I could turn a healthy meal unhealthy real quick, if you know what I'm saying. The next thing that I've been doing, and as you can see, I'm still got a little residual sweat and the hair's a little messed up. I've been going to the gym. Last week I didn't go to the gym as much as I needed to because I got a flat tire and excuse. But one of the habit loops that I fall into that I'm very mindful of is that if I miss the gym for a few days, then that turns into a snowball effect where I keep trying to make excuses. But the second I force myself to go back in the gym, I've been there the last 3 or 4 days in a row, and I've been going there. Now, something I will let you know right now, and I will do a dedicated video about this, but it's charging right now. This is my little Fitbit wristband. This thing has helped me out because some of my friends got Fitbits and we're doing challenges and we're getting competitive with each other. And I'll do another video about some of my history, but I have a very competitive nature. But it has taken me from doing 2 miles at the gym of cardio and upping it to 3 miles at the gym in cardio. And that feels good because my friends are pushing me and we're keeping each other accountable, and it's really good. And like, side note, like, my friends, like, in case you like have some weird stereotype that like fat guys like me just hang out with a bunch of fat people, like, my friends are actually in pretty good shape. They're just, you know, trying to get healthier and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But it's really good motivation for me, like on a daily basis. So I will admit that I have had some unhealthy meals. I realized that I can order Chinese food and just not get meat in it, and that's been kind of delicious. But what I was doing is ordering smaller portions of it, especially when my car was broken down. I couldn't leave my house and I hadn't gone grocery shopping yet. But I have done a couple unhealthy meals. But for the most part, I'm being very mindful and watching what I eat. Part of what I've been doing with my mindfulness is just paying attention and just reading labels on everything. paying attention to the calories, paying attention. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really look at the sugars and carbs and stuff. Typically, I just look at the calories. I'm trying to go that route, but it's been pretty decent. Now, the one thing that I'm having a problem quitting is these bad boys right here. Again, hashtag not sponsored. But these are, just to let you know, sugar-free. So that's a benefit. But one thing is that they are packed full of sodium. Packed full. I need to start weaning myself off of them, because the main reason I drank them was because I was tired all day long, so I just had to keep fueling myself with caffeine. And ever since I've been eating healthier and doing healthier things, I have been sleeping a lot better and not getting tired during the day. So I need to tackle that little can right there as my next challenge. But I like them. Like, I don't drink soda, so I drink like these sugar-free, zero-calorie rock stars. What are you gonna do? Like, get progress, not perfection. Like, bear with me a little bit. All right. So anyways, now let's get to my weight. The thing that you have all been waiting for, the main course, if you will, my weight. So first thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a problem. I am one of those lunatics who weighs myself every day. I tell myself, Chris, weigh yourself once a week, but I've been weighing myself every day. Now, one thing that I have seen from this is that I've had a psychological change, because what used to happen was I would weigh myself every day and I would see these minor fluctuations, or I'd see like I weighed the same one day as I did the next day, and that would be very discouraging. And I started Googling and YouTubing all these videos like weight plateaus. How do you get over these weight plateaus? Oh, right? So I've been a lot better about that. I check my weight every day, and it's still the same kind of fluctuations and stuff like that. But for the most part, they have been good fluctuations. So today I weighed myself. I had a very healthy weekend. I've been hitting the gym 4 days in a row. Things have been going good. And today the official weight is 371 pounds. Boom! So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that I started off at 386 before I started doing all this stuff. So it's been 6 weeks. I have managed to lose 15 pounds. So I'll take that as a win. Things are going pretty good. Since I am a lot heavier, I tend to lose weight faster. But I really try to sit and recognize that this is not going to maintain too long. One thing that I'm just trying to do, like I mentioned, is up the distance that I'm doing with my cardio. I am trying to cut down little things here and there. I have reduced my calories. I was like, with the Fitbit, it shows me like, since I do X amount of exercise, I can eat these extra calories. But what I'm trying to do is still keep it within that same calorie range. So I think that's been helping quite a bit. But anyways, things are going great. And if you want more information about how this mindfulness to lose weight can help you, it's just really paying attention to everything that you're doing. But like I said, and you know what? I'm gonna make a promise to you. My next video about mindfully losing weight is going to be mindful eating. So I'm gonna prepare you right now. When you watch my next video, you are going to have to bring a piece of food with you. Usually it's recommended maybe a little piece of chocolate, maybe some fruit or something like that. And I don't know why I'm explaining this to you, because I'm going to mention it in my next video. I'll tell you to pause it, give you a second if you want to go get something, and then we'll do it together. But anyways, it is a life-changing type of mindfulness practice, and it works in many different ways. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me on my weight loss journey. And I'm curious, are any of you out there losing weight too? What are your tips? What are your tricks? Leave them in the comments, because I'm always looking for new things that I can implement. So definitely leave comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want me to keep you more in the loop about my weight loss journey, check it out. One thing you could do is follow me on my Instagram, because now that I'm hitting the gym, I could take those beautiful Instagram selfies showing everybody at the gym. Hashtag GymFlow, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below this little box right here. Make sure you don't miss any of my videos where I talk about mental health, mental illness, addiction, and all sorts of good stuff. But anyways, this is Chris with the Rewired Soul, and I'll see you next time.